Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show's magazine show, where I am going through all the magazines in my collection from many different things. Like, I love cinema, I love music, and most of it revolves around Asian cinema and Asian music, but I figured that I would share it with you because I have so much stuff, and some of these things are really old and they're probably scarce now and not easy to find. Like this issue of Oriental Cinema, I've never ever seen since. So I got this issue from a comic store in Adelaide. Basically, they would have tons of movie magazines and stuff like that. And a lot of it would end up in the bargain bin because a lot of people were obviously into comics, but not so much into movies. And that's where I would scour those bargain bins looking for like magazines to do with cinema. Now this one I had to grab. This is the Femme Fatales issue, which features Amy Yip on the cover, the starlet from the movie Robotrix, which if you've never seen, I highly recommend you do so. And we've got everybody in here. Like, look at this, Maggie Cheung's in here, Carrie, Pauline Chan, Cynthia Khan, Veronica Yip. Like, it just goes on and on and on. There are so many great stars in here. So I'm going to go page by page through issue 9 of Oriental Cinema. So looking here, let's go through. We have, lots of photos and stuff. And there we go. This is the contents page, and I actually really liked this magazine. Like, I have 2 issues of Oriental Cinema, and every issue is just filled with great stories about movies, interviews and stuff like that. Now, the biggest problem I have is that trying to collect all these movies is an absolute nightmare because they are not easy to come by. And I'm hoping that they'll one day see the light of day, I should say, and we can all watch them because there are just so many great films just from their descriptions. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh my God, I need these films in my collection. So let's go through. We have like descriptions of highlights and stuff like that. Like, it's just so cool. I mean, this was written by letters that they wrote into the magazine, and people are giving us stuff to check out. It's awesome. Here we go. Asian Babes of Film and TV. So clicking through here, you can see whether this magazine is something that you're interested in. If you watch any of these sorts of movies, which if you don't, I highly recommend you do because there's just so much good stuff out there. And I'm just hugely into this kind of cinema. So here we have Veronica Yip and Amy Yip. Now, Amy Yip's movies are usually funny for the most part. She usually did comedies, but they were always really funny, and I really enjoyed them. So stuff like Robotrix especially. Sex and Zen's hilarious. A lot of these movies, what is it? The Dirty Scoundrels, is that what it's called? The Inspector Wears Skirts. She's in those. She's into a lot of cool films, and I highly recommend checking them all out. Thankfully, a lot of these cult cinema labels now, like, Vinegar Syndrome and Severin and 88 Films, are diving into the vaults and reissuing a lot of these films, which I really do appreciate because it's finally good to see them. And not only just see them, but see them in Blu-ray quality. It's awesome. So here we go. Fighting Femmes A to Z. Lots and lots of films to check out. Like, there's just so many. And Anita unfortunately has passed away, but she was an amazing actor and her films are just incredible. Check them out. She had a massive filmography, but she was also a singer. And it was just, I loved her movies. I've watched so many Anita movies over the years. I've got a lot on VHS, which, really poor quality and stuff like that. But one day we'll see all of them get the Blu-ray treatment they totally deserve. Carrie is one of my, is that how you pronounce it, Carrie? She is one of my favorite actors from the Hong Kong cinema era. I think she's still acting now. But fantastic actress. Like, Naked Killer is so good. And if you've never seen it, you need to. Look, even Faster Pussycat Kill gets a mention here because of Chura Satana. And rightly so, because that movie rules. Maggie Cheung, another amazing actor. If you've never seen Police Story 1, 2, and 3, definitely watch them. Incredible. Project A, of course, she's in one of those. Seventh Curse and stuff. She's done a lot. I mean, look at Maggie Cheung's filmography. Like, look at this. Like, here it is here and all the way down here. And this is only up until 95. Like, wow. It's amazing to see how many movies these actors were in. You know, like they did so much. Cheung Yao, another one who's an amazing actor. Love her films. She was in Naked Killer. Fantastic stuff. If you've never seen it, you need to see that. That's a really, really good film. I know I've talked about that enough on this already, but you really do need to see Naked Killer. It's out on DVD and Blu-ray probably. So it's not a hard movie to find. I found it on DVD on eBay many years ago, and it was like $5. So yeah, there's a lot of films out there, man, but I highly recommend, checking them out. And going through here, from Philippines, from Japan, like from India, like it's just so cool how big the Asian cinema universe is. They were just churning them out and churning out great films. Also, to let you know, Tubi has a lot of Asian cinema on there. If you can handle dealing with adverts, I highly recommend checking out Tubi. Lots and lots of films on there, including, you know, the stuff of John Woo and, you know, just so much lowbrow stuff. Not much Category 3 cinemas on there, but there is stuff on there. So, yeah. Here we go. Very, very cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And there we go. That brings us to the end of Oriental Cinema with Sayaka Osawa on the back cover. Issue 9, my friends, of Oriental Cinema. If this seems like a magazine you would be interested in, by all means, yeah, look it up, jump online, see if you can find a copy. Hopefully you can. I don't know how much of demand this magazine is, but yeah, thanks for watching another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show's magazine show. I'll see you in another video. Take care of yourselves, look after each other. Bye-bye.